The ominous aura of that monster has indeed begun to fade. The effects of the Sigil of Permission last but a short time. It will be some time before the Overlord of the Vortex can make any waves again.
We are indebted to you for your assistance. If the Adepti hadn't happened to be here, the future of Liyue Harbor would surely have been in great jeopardy.
Save your flattery. We didn't just happen to be here. Surely you won't pretend to have forgotten the reason for which we came.
Come now. There's no need for such harsh words, Cloud Retainer. I've heard that when Ningguang began learning to do business, she had already started setting aside part of her then limited income in preparation for building the Jade Chamber. At first, it was only the size of a small room, but with continued expansion, it has become the palace that lies before you now. It is a testament to Ningguang's entire life, both as a businesswoman and as the backbone of the Liyue Qixing. Seeing the Jade Chamber destroyed in the defense of Liyue means to me such cooperation and sacrifice deserves at least some recognition, don't you agree?
Well, I was really hoping you would say that such sacrifice could at least be used as some leverage in our negotiations. Thank you all for hearing me out. We know very well why the Adepti came here today. But please forgive us. We cannot yield to your wishes.
Oh?
3,700 years. According to our records, the Adepti signed a contract with Rex Lapis to protect Liyue. Even to this very day, Liyue and its lands have stood the test of time, immovable as stone, just as it was thousands of years before. This is truly no small feat. But that does not mean that the Liyue of today is the same city as it was all those years ago. Do not merely cast your protective gaze upon the land. Instead, focus your sights on our city and each of the citizens that dwell within it.
Are you questioning our means of protecting Liyue?
I mean no offense. I simply hope that our Adepti forebears would see Liyue in a new light.
Forebearers, you say? One doubts you would be fit to be part of such a lineage.
This morning, Rex Lapis appeared to me in a dream.
What?
In the dream, I yearned to tell him that we Qixing, though mortal, are equally bound to the contract. Each passing generation of the Qixing leaves many things of value to be. I also thought to tell him, but I dared not.
Oh, Ningguang.
Yet another perspective. What are you trying to say, Outlander?
Right! That's something that happened in Mondstadt. It's a story about the Four Winds and the people of the Animal Archon. The Animal Archon sought to quell the strife between the two sides, because he believed that such conflict would only scar the hearts of both, and that nothing good would come of it.
Each of the 7 nations has its own scars from the past.
Though your point is the very height of simplicity. As Adepti, we've become a laughingstock, to be chastised thus by an outlander who has lent us such succor.
All right, all right. Didn't Ningguang suggest that we should focus on the city and each of its citizens? I know I already have, so why not see for yourselves?
I apologize for appearing in full armor. I am afraid I cannot show the proper courtesies.
And who are you?
I am Feng Yan, a sergeant of the Millelith. I have come to extend my thanks to the Adepti. I thought this battle would perhaps be my last. But thanks to the aid of the Adepti, our forces were not as badly battered as I feared we might be. Although I am a mere mortal soldier, I promise to hold the line and never betray the grace given to us by the illuminated Adepti this day.
Huh? Why does everyone look so down? Didn't we just beat that big mon- I wasn't afraid. When danger is near, thanks for protecting Leo.
Unfortunately, we wouldn't be able to participate.
Huh?
Because we are Adepti.
Oh, okay. It must be hard being an adept. Oh.
You see, the country of contracts is great, although their blood is weak. There is still strength to be found in those we call mortals. The time of contracts between gods and Liyue has long...
Seeing the port around us now, it is hard not to feel a bit out of place.
Your line of inquiry is askew.
Seems like the Adepti have had a change of heart.
Let us return now.
Eager to leave.
Yes, one understands what the Conqueror of Demons... One fears that by the time one... Fair enough.
Since we Adepti have consensus, then one shall... But how will we ensure...
All right, Mooncarver.
Looks like the conflict between humans and Oh, right! Child wanted to but we were able to... Oh, and speaking of that... Paimon doesn't get it. But isn't the... strongest lead we have the Adepti-less rite of parting that we're organizing? No idea where Zhongli's gone. Let's ask for him at Wangshen Funeral Parlor.
Is there anything I can do for you two? I'm afraid that Wangsheng Funeral Parlor...
We've come to see Zhongli. Could you please tell him we're here?
Unfortunately, Zhongli isn't here at the moment. It seems he went to Northland Bank.
Doesn't the Northland Bank belong to the Fatui? Last time we saw Zhongli was before we went to the Golden House. Do you think he doesn't know about the attack on Liyue? Visiting the Fatui at a time like this, we had better go and make sure...
Off we go!
Bang! With that, finally, the fate with a view, Huang Brotherhood was sealed.
What should I put in your letter?
But we have some new items in.
You call this cooperation between Harbingers? Cooperation involves communication, you know.
Don't take it to heart, child. Besides, aren't you happy that you got to skip the formalities and bring chaos to the... Oh, it seems that some of your friends have arrived.
Hey, it's Zhongli and Child. And...
It's you two. I believe we've met once before. In the city of... Ah, right. I imagine that it must have been rather hard to forget watching
No, don't let her get to you! You've yet to gather the powers of all 7 elements, and our last battle at the Golden House was almost more than you could handle. So it might be best to keep things peaceful this time, seeing that
Well, if it isn't you two. This is our first time seeing each other since Liyue was nearly wiped off the map. This is certainly a bit awkward, wouldn't you say?
Paimon knew that we should never have trusted a Fatui Harbinger.
Oh, now don't say that. Sure, I may have misled you, but I never had anything against you personally. Besides, I thought we were getting along quite well together, didn't you? Except for that little tussle we had at the end. Nothing personal. We just have different views, that's all. Of course, you may very well hold this against me, but that's up. The real deceivers here are Senora and Zhongli. Curse them for leading me on. So actually, I think...
Stop wasting time, child. There'll be plenty of time to chat once I'm through here. You remember the agreement, Morax.
What in the world are you talking about?
The contract is fulfilled. That which thou seeketh is now bestowed unto thee.
How sanctimonious.
What? So you're the Lord of Chiao? No, wait! That's an exciting twist and all, but why give the Gnosis to the Fatui?
I do not give it for free. I give it as agreed upon in the contract.
Yeah, you don't think you went a little bit too far with that whole fake death thing? Everyone was preparing the ceremony for you, and splat! This big dragon falls out of the sky, and all of Lyric goes into an uproar. Talk about a disaster.
Gathering all the forces that had been bubbling behind the scenes, and then stirring them together in a pot that was bound to boil over. That's what he wanted to see, am I right?
Wait, what?
Perhaps it's best that I explain. As you know, I've dwelt upon this world for more than 6,000 years. I witnessed the founding of Liyue, together with the Adepti, 3,000. Even boulders that can withstand whirlpools will erode with the passing of time. I kept convincing myself that cracks until one drizzly day. I stood motionless among the crowds, asking myself, have I already finished my duties?
Oh, Zhong...
But as I began to consider relinquishing my divine role, I soon discovered that many reasons still remained. Part was Liyue, the city I had dwelt in for so long, already prepared to enter its next age? I decided that a test was needed in order to reveal the answer, so I feigned my own death, and gathered the cast of Child, the Adepti, and the Liyue Qixing to play their roles together on the stage that was Liyue. Indeed I was. The Gnosis, which I had kept for so many years, suddenly seemed to have lost its meaning. That's right. Which is why I continued to safeguard the Gnosis until now.
So you mean that if the chaos ever reached the point of no return, you would simply appear and use your divine powers to bring Liyue?
Of course. And it would have been just as a child quickly matures after losing their parents.
I was pleasantly surprised with the finale of the show that you all put on. Why, you even deserved an encore. The Adepti deserve the greatest applause, considering their years of seclusion. They hardly recognized the city, yet faced with... And hats off to the All the while, I carried on as Zhongli, and fulfilled the traditions of Liyue in this mortal form. Thank you for walking that path with me, Traveler. These things were all a part of my script. The only unforeseen plot twist was the conduct of the Liyue Qixing. I had expected them to do no more than the Adepti. To come to... They seize the opportunity to...
Huh? That doesn't sound good at all.
On the contrary, I think it is excellent. I had always feared that it was too soon for them to take over from me. And it was also that which I longed for the most. As such, this is the best parting gift anyone could have given this god of old.
Hey, what about me? Doesn't anyone feel the least bit of remorse for deceiving me? You've practically kept me in the dark.
I think that thanks would be more appropriate. You certainly played no small part in all of this, wreaking havoc and turning the city upside down. The Lord of Geo ought to thank you for your performance, if anything. If you hadn't created the pressure of a battle between mortals, Adepti, and a god, the lump of coal resting in the hands of the Geo-Archon, Liyue, would never have been able to become a dazzling diamond of a city.
Huh? Just whose side are you on, mocking me like that? Are you itching for a fight? Hey, haven't you learned the Liyue saying, don't always call it as you see it?
Well then, with the Gnosis in my possession, I have no use for such idle chatter. We should return to Zapoljarny Palace and seek an audience with Her Majesty, the Tsaritsa. Come, child.
Fine. I'll meet you there later. I'm not sharing a boat with the likes of you.
Do as you wish.
Now then, is there anything else you wish to ask me?
Right! As Zhongli always told us, a good trade is a fair trade. Paimon has no idea what could be a good trade for a Gnosis.
Realistically speaking, there is no such thing.
Huh?
However, I am the god of contracts. For thousands of years, I have made countless contracts. If the deal was of no benefit, then I certainly would not be inclined to agree to it. My agreement with the Cryo-Archon will be the last of my contracts as the Geo-Archon. My contract to end all contracts. As for the bargaining chip that the Tsaritsa used, uncover that answer for yourself in your future journey.
Today's the day of the rite of parting. Although the star of the show is fake, we spent so much time trying to organize it, it would be a real shame not to go there now.
So, are you buying or not? Feel free to look around.
We're looking for the Liyue volume of the Tibet.
Sorry, dear. We stopped.
Huh? But
The thing is, the author made it too personal, and the result wasn't really much of a guide. It barely sold any copies, and
well, that's a shame.
the fact remains that
Who's Ching?
a book collector who lives in he was a regular customer here.
Did somebody say out-of-print books? Is there a chance that Volume 6 of Legend of the Shattered Halberd is also in Apologies, my liege. Where are my manners? My name is Sing Cho. Since you and I are both in search of my pleasure... Function.
Arms are a requirement for locomotion on land.
Rain outlines your fate.
Auto-reconfiguration is an essential function.
Off we go!
You know that god from the ocean couldn't have just shown up out of nowhere. I mean, it's been 2,000 years since Rex Lapis subdued it.
Yes, and to think that this happened right on the heels of the incident with...
Say, do you think the person who assassinated...
It all fits together. That person must have colluded with the... Still, what sort of supernatural...
Ah, forget it. Guessing's no use to us. Look, the Millilith over there looks like he's about to make an announcement. Let's...
Oh, well, since we're going through with this rite of parting, I guess it means that those rumors hit the nail on the head.
So Rex Lapis is really... But they didn't catch the culprit, did they?
Oh, come on. Do you think that the assassin could have been a normal person? You know what I think. I don't think any of the gossip on the streets you hear from those shady types is worth anything. There's only one real possibility in my mind. I've heard that the assassin was that Fatui fellow. Youngish, pretty high in rank. I think they called him Child.
The Fatui? They certainly are very suspicious. Who knows what those greedy, crooked folks...
Shh! Lower your voice. If the Fatui catch you in their sights, Rex Lapis won't be around to protect you this time.
Adventure time!
Hear ye all! The Chi sings words. Though a dragon soars ageless as the mountains, it too must return to dust. This is common knowledge. Gods and Adepti live glorious lives, but both light and shadow have their season. So too must they face divinely appointed trials. Rumors and hearsay abound on the street, having been thwarted in his trial. Rex Lapis, nor are they to believe street-born rumors or indulge in baseless speculation.
Paimon needs a translation on what the Chi So that's how they're spinning it. Something feels off. Why would they suddenly give up looking for the murderer? Not to mention how this excuse sounds like something they just made up on the spot. Could the Chi already have known that Rex Lapis wasn't dead? Did Zhongli tell them in secret after his gnosis changed hands? Exactly, right? Ooh, seems like the... Look, it's Ningguang and Keqing. Are they saying something? Are their speeches over?
As said previously, Rex Lapis's soul returning to the heavens is the end of the contract. And it is also the end of an era.
3,700 years of contracts burnt and reduced to ash.
We, the people of Liyue, were indeed prosperous. But blinded by our prosperity, we forgot that time can be pitiless.
The long, unending dream of our Archon walking among us.
Now that we have awoken from our dream, we must learn to say farewell. Will you stand with us as we re-establish our contracts?
So concludes the words of Her Eminence the Tianquan. Does Her Eminence the Yuheng have anything to add?
Huh? Is she looking this way?
Traveler.
She really is looking our—
Is that the traveler who they say defeated the ancient god?
So young. The Liyue Qixing always repay their debts. And as you have heard, our eyes see far and our reach is long. Name your price. You deserve that much.
Whoa.
Well, could you help me put up some missing person posters?
Off we go! Let's light it up!
The cleanup of...
Roping you in.
As for the more...
Take cover! Hey, Zhongli! Look at this. Everyone in Liyue is caught up in their emotions, thinking that they'll never see Rex Lapis again. And here you are looking all relaxed.
Why would I not feel more at ease after laying down the burden I have borne for 3,700 years? Right, if the two... I should treat you to a meal at the Xinyue kiosk.
Ha! That sounds like big talk, Zhongli. Paimon might have believed you if you were treating us to some third-round knockout, but you'd have to pay out your nose just to stand inside Xinyue kiosk. Are you sure you can afford it?
You're right. I do lack the Mora.
But why would Morax lack Mora?
As the Rex Lapis Morax, I can easily create Mora. But since I have chosen to walk this earth as the mortal Zhongli, I should abide by the same rules that mortals do. When I was journeying with you, though I still had the Gnosis in hand, I knew that I must soon retire from my role as an Archon.
Oh, no wonder! Paimon gets it now. You didn't look at the price tags when we were spending because you've never had to. But since you weren't used to not being able to just make more Mora as and when you wanted to, you had to try becoming a parasite to society who lives off of other people's credit.
Well, we were only spending Fatui money. You don't have to say it like that. In the City of Commerce, we do not merely exchange money or goods. We also exchange knowledge, memories, and foresight, as well as positions, roles, and lives. The Archon Morax could never experience life as the true mortal Zhongli could. No matter... I must thank you for that. I will treasure the memories that I made as Zhongli. That is true. But there is...
Paimon thinks that we should make a move and continue our search for the Seven.
I fear that continuing your journey may be difficult. The nation that neighbors Liyue by sea, Inazuma, is presently closed. Yes. The nation has been closed by order of its deity. The Electro-Archon Ball.
Paimon thinks we've heard that one before.
That is the case. And since Raiden is also the
That said, though people at the wharf were saying that the situation in Inazuma is very tense, Paimon doesn't remember that always being the case. Zhongli, since you're Rex Lapis, shouldn't you know something about...
It's because of visions.
Visions?
When faced with circumstances beyond their control, humans often bemoan their lack of... But if a person shows true strength of will at a desperate and fateful moment in their life, the gods will look upon them with favor. This is what visions are. Magical foci bestowed upon those who have been acknowledged by...
Uh-huh. That's how people in Teyvat see it.
But starting from last year, the ride...
Vision hunted?
Yes.
They want to seize visions. But why?
I should think that in the Raiden Shogun's eyes, it is precisely because they are divine blessings that they should be under the sole dominion of divinity.
Whoa, that's harsh.
The Anemo Archon is the god of freedom, and the Geo Archon is the god of contracts. For her part, the Raiden Shogun is the god of eternity. It seems as though she has finally decided to eliminate any unstable elements that could pose a threat to her eternal realm. The fact that even I, the oldest of the seven, have now passed away, will only strengthen her resolve to pursue eternity. Knowing her, she must have again quoted that adage she is most fond of when proclaiming that decree to her people. 7 ideals for 7 gods, and of these, eternity is nearest unto heaven. All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know?
Yeah, about that. Before the Qixing made their announcement, we listened to a lot of people talking on the way. Most of them put the blame for everything on Child.
These are indeed false accusations. But it remains undeniably true that Child did send people to the Jade Chamber to prevent the Adepti and the Qixing from defeating the ancient god. I've heard that Ningguang is busy milking that for all it's worth on the foreign relations front at the moment, browbeating the envoys of the Fatui. Ha! Those poor Snezhnayan diplomats. If it were not for Child's exalted position as a harbinger, I'm certain that they would have shifted all the blame to him and called for his dismissal by now. All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know? Ah, that was a good one. Failing a divine trial. How they came up with that excuse, I will never know. That said, the reason why the Qixing were so eager to resolve the incident and stop pursuing the culprit, I hinted as much to the Adepti as well. How did I accomplish that, you ask? Have you ever heard of this particular... All right then. Was there anything else you... Well then...
Hello.
adventure time!
Hello.
Children, come, come.
Oh, what is it, Granny?
Oh, no. You've done so. In fact, my old friends and I have been putting our heads together to think of what sort of gift we might give you.
A gift? For Paimon?
Oh, child, when you traversed my old teapot in search of the cleansing bell, I heard your little friend mention that you often camp out in the wilds. That simply won't do, especially since I imagine you still have Fortunately, I have not. Oh, did my friends never mention that to you? Well then, I will not go into too much detail, but subspace creation. The teapot that you entered previously was a little trinket created using that ability.
So, in the eyes of an Adeptus, creating a magic teapot world is just child's play, huh?
Oh, indeed, the teapot is nothing to boast of. But that's enough.
That's right! Finding stuff's what we're...
Oh, settle down now, children. There's no need for you to go running. What's more, well, for starters, I require some shimmer soil from the bed. You would have to dig downward, following the roots of the glazed lilies. But almost no one has been able to find shimmer soil, and even more difficult to find is smaragdus jadeite, which must be chiseled from the rock of the chasm. Or so it used to be. Ever since the Black Cliff. In any case, smaragdus jadeite is an Adepti treasure, and the adeptal power within... Goodness knows.
Well, since you're an Adeptus, Granny, the person you asked for help, they must be an Adept...
Yes.
She counts? How come there are so many Adepti in Liyue Harbor?
Oh.
I'm back, Granny. Oh, I don't believe we've met.
Allow me to do the honors. This child here is Yen Fei. She's the one helping run Yen Fei. I believe you already heard of the Traveler and his...
Of course, who hasn't? Much has been written about you in the Millilith's records. You became one of Liyue's most wanted after the Millilith marked you as a suspect following the incident at the Rite of Dissension. After which, you fought off the Millilith at Julian Karst and made contact with the Fatui. Before finally defeating an ancient god together with A shame that we didn't meet sooner. If we had, well, I can't say that I would have been able to clear you of suspicion immediately, but it certainly would have been less, embarrassing for you. Allow me to introduce myself once more. I'm Yenfei, a legal advisor. Got a legal problem? You can come right to me. Oh, yes, here's my business card. You'll find it has my contact details and office address. If you have an urgent issue, just leave me a note at this address. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention, I offer a very generous discount for first-time customers.
All right, Yenfei, all right. Let's get to the business at hand. I do not think these two are... You'll have to excuse Yenfei. She's always been like this. Ever the talkative one when it comes to her own affairs.
Paimon was gonna ask the same question. You seem really different from the ones we've met before.
An Adeptus? I guess. Kinda. My old man said he was one anyway. He mentioned that he once campaigned with Rex Lapis for a long old time, and then after that was all over, he went back and married my mom. They had me, and once I was all grown up, the two of them upped and left on a journey, leaving me with Granny here.
Well, that's a bit casual for an Adeptus. Aren't you guys supposed to sign solemn contracts to protect Liyue Harbor and all that stuff? What do you mean?
Well, my dad did say that he'd talked it through with Rex Lapis and that he was fine. Anyway, let's not dwell on that too much. So, Granny,
I've gotten a hold of most of the stuff you asked. The chasm's been sealed off, and there's just no way in. Couldn't secure any documentation either. Looks like the Ministry of Civil Affairs is serious about—
Is that so? But Smaragdus Jadeite is... Yanfei, are you sure you can't find some other way? They have helped Liyue greatly, after all. It is only right that they are duly rewarded.
I know, Granny, you've told me 1,000 times already. Well, the chasm's definitely a no-go.
Whoa, that's a really thick book. What kind of things do you write?
Commercial consultancy. Or Snezhnaya. Ah, found him. Crossel. A Snezhnayan merchant who once came to me with some legal queries on certain articles in the legal codices. If my memory serves, all of them had to do with rare ores. He mentioned that he was considering acquiring some Smaragdus Jadeite to make hairpins, and wanted to know if there were any legal ramifications that he should be aware of. Said he was planning to sell them in Snezhnaya. So, I guess I'll go look for him. With any luck, he'll have gotten his hands on some Smaragdus Jadeite, or might have an idea of where we can find— Oh, you want to join me? I suppose that's no problem, but it's best if you just stand by and watch. If you try to get involved, you'll only risk placing yourself in legal jeopardy.
Wow, an Adeptus best we... Hello?
Of your personal safety.
Off we go! Adventure time!
Hello, Mr. Crossel.
Oh, good. Very good. All thanks to your advice, Miss Yanfei.
You're too kind. I was simply doing my job. Now, I believe that the last time we met, you mentioned that you were looking to source some Smaragdus Jadeite to make hairpins. Have there been any further developments on this front?
Well, yes. As a matter of fact, in the end, I did acquire a small piece of Smaragdus Jadeite and had it fashioned into a pair of hairpins. Miss Yanfei, might I presume that you have an interest in the hairpins? I must apologize. I've already rented them out to a lady named Zhi Qiao. If you'd like to inspect them, you may have to wait quite some time.
Wait, isn't Smaragdus Jadeite really rare? Aren't you worried about the hairpins getting damaged or lost while they're being rented out?
No, I'm not worried in the slightest, because I signed a contract with Miss Zhi Qiao before renting them to her. The contract makes it quite clear that if she loses or damages the item in question, she must compensate me for its full original value. In return, I included a clause that guarantees the Smaragdus Jadeite is genuine, with a penalty of 10 times the item's value payable by me to Miss Zhi Qiao in the event that it is shown to be a fake.
Guaranteed genuine, with 10 times the value payable if this claim is shown to be false. Yes, these terms are very clear indeed.
Of course. This way, both the client and I have the assurance we...
In that case...
Oh, of course.
Thanks a lot, Miss... Off we go!
See some action.
Auto reconfiguration is an essential function. So, are you buying or not?
Oh, whatever shall I do? Yes, that's me.
How do you do, Monsieur? My associates and I are very interested.
The hairpins. I don't know how I spent so much money on... We now have a backlog. A big banquet is coming up in a few days, and several... That's what the hairpins were for. But now that I've lost...
Why does Paimon...
Would you really...
Hold on. Don't run off looking for the...
Huh?
Let me see.
That's right! Yanfei said true.
Right. I finished reading. Furthermore, the contract also expressly states that the amount of compensation must take current market prices into account. And given the rarity...
Even higher? Oh, no.
Uh-oh. Juchao looks like she's about to faint.
However, all of this is assuming that it is indeed genuine Smaragdus jadeite that was inlaid into the hairpins.
Did you really have to pause? Whichever way you look at it.
Except that if we found the hair...
Please. However much it is, now that it's come to this, I really shouldn't keep Crossel in the dark any longer. I'll go and inform him of the issue, and then...
Yes, legally speaking, it seems this is the most sensible course of action. So hold on a moment, Monsieur Chow. When you first touched the hairpins, what...
What did I feel? My family has seen my...
Smooth to the touch. Finest quality jade. No, it's nothing. I just...
Let's go, let's go.
Ah, Miss Yanfei, you've returned. With Miss Jiqiao in tow, too, I see. How are the hairpins? I trust you're quite satisfied with them? You lost them? Are you serious? Do you have any idea how expensive they were?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Truly, I am. I'll pay the compensation as...
Mora! I just...
No problem. But it was in fact
Of course!
All right, understood. I'll conduct some market research, and once I'm back, I'll provide an official assessment of the sum owed by Mr. Chow in compensation. Please wait here, Mr. Crossel.
Thank you very much.
Looks like I'll have to...
Please wait, Mr. Chow. It's not convenient to...
Miss Yanfei, what is it?
No. What I wanted to talk about is, there is a chance that the ore inlaid on those hairpins may not be Smaragdus jadeite after all. Obviously not. I'm no adventurer. I don't know if Granny told you this, but if mere mortals come into contact... Monsieur Chow, did you at any time feel unwell while the hairpins were in your possession?
No.
Now that is if I've deduced correctly, he may...
If that's the case, we should go confront him.
Absolutely not. If we were to confront him now, there's no way he would admit to it. Eventually, and then he'd throw the Smaragdus Jadeite into the sea the moment we were gone. After that, he would simply insist that Mr. Chow pay. Meanwhile, we would have to look under every stone in Liyue, hoping and praying that the hairpins do actually still exist somewhere in this world.
So vivid that Paimon thinks it might be
Oh, it certainly is. I've seen my fair share of...
Well then, since you're so...
Oh, that won't be a problem. But first, Mr. Chow, can I ask you to please sign this contract?
Huh? Does there have to be a contract for everything? It feels like Yan...
These are my formal terms of engagement. Everything anywhere commissioned but not bound by a
I understand. Then?
No problem. Just sign here, and I'll sign too. Okay, and I'll also need your signatures on pages 5, 7, and on the very last.
This contract has so many pages.
All right, that should do it. My fees are the same as always, and they're written in the contract. Have a look through and let me know if you have any questions.
I've had a read through. Everything checks out.
Well then, here's your copy of the contract. I will retain the other copy. Not for now, no. Despite how I don't believe you have been part of an investigation.
Miss Yunfei, I have to ask.
Because, as it happens, I'm currently trying to acquire some Smaragdus Jadeite myself. I noticed strong traces of geoenergy around Mr. Crossell, so perhaps he has, in fact, secured some. Whether he actually made it into an item of jewelry or not is a separate matter, but either way, it's a lead. As long as we follow it, who knows? We might just be able to get our hands on some Smaragdus Jadeite. Also, the idea of someone abusing the law to their advantage, I won't stand for it. But again, let's not dwell on this. Let's go to... I've got it! If Mr. Crossell had his...
Adventure time!
What should I try this time?
Why, hello there. Surely...
No, nothing of the...
A Snezhnayan merchant named Crossell, you say? That was the first time he was quite why, yeah...
Thank you, sir. We'll take a look at them.
Huh? Yes. It's not particularly rare, nor is it especially valuable. It's used to... I've heard it said that Smaragdus Nephrite is in fact the outer layer of Smaragdus Jadeite, though no one's ever proven it.
A thin layer of...
If you must see for yourself.
Is that so? So, did you find anything? So they really...
There's nothing special to it. These two stones actually look... There may be only a subtle... And... I'm sure...
All right, let's focus up. We're going off on a tangent.
But never mind, Shirto. Why would Mr. Crossell...
Unusual action...
Miss Yenfei? Might I be so bold as to inquire?
If you could just confirm...
Yes.
Then I have no further questions. But could I borrow the...
Of course.
Oh, I have my... This document shall
Yes?
I wouldn't say there's been an incident. Just a minor issue.
With this hard evidence to back...
On the contrary, this is... If you want to make jewelry, you need a professional jewelsmith. Let me think. Jewelry. Aha! Got it! Sinxi.
How come you know so many people?
Because lots of people come to me for legal advice every day. As you know, Liyue Harbor is the city of contracts. And contracts... But the amendments made by the Tianquan to our laws are unnecessarily complicated. How can I... As such, legal advisors like myself...
So you help them make sense of the law. But didn't you...
Yes, well, that's no obstacle, because I've memorized all the legal codices.
You memorized them?
You sound surprised. Knowing the law inside out is a legal advice. Oh, this has enough.
Again with that...
Well, that's that. Off we go. Hup.
Oh, Miss Yenfei.
Have no further trouble. Has a merchant by the name of
Crosel. The design of the hairpins that he gave me was quite intricate. This order was on hold for a very long time, and only completed quite recently, which is why I remember it so well.
Doesn't seem like there's any evidence to be found here.
Miss Sinxi.
Yes, I'm sure Mr. Crosel wasn't very familiar with the necessary... I also kept a copy for my own records. See for yourself. The item is called Smaragdus Jadeite Twin Phoenix Pins. The inlaid gemstone is recorded as...
Thank you, Sinxi. Now, could you let me borrow this document?
Sure. It isn't serving much purpose here anyway.
Nothing you need to worry about. Just a minor issue.
Why is everyone's first reaction...
I believe we have a...
The weirdo with...
Because once we have this final...
Feel free to take over. Join the Adventurers Guild.
Off we go! Adventure time! Off we go!
My, to what do I owe the pleasure? Though I'm afraid that if you're looking for our little Chi-Chi, she's out gathering herbs. And if it isn't Miss Yenfei as well, now that's an even rarer honor. What business brings you here, might I inquire? Some charlatans peddling ineffectual medicines again, no doubt?
No. I'm here this time to ask if you're familiar with Smaragdus Jadeite.
Smaragdus Jadeite? Why, yes, there is some. The 7 Mount. It is abundant. Anyway, I suppose that...
That is indeed the case.
No trouble at all. But after I get... I wonder, Miss... You're too...
That Baiju guy is as weird as ever.
Adventure time!
Is it just Paimon, or does it feel like he was fishing for something back there?
Dr. Baiju's always been like that.
Miss Yanfei, have you...
Yes.
Wonderful.
Of course. Mr. Crossel.
Sure. Wait, what? Me pay her? Surely there's been some kind of mistake, Miss Yanfei.
Not at all. According to my investigations, and the
Material evidence. I spent a huge sum to obtain that Smaragdus Jadeite, and yet...
Indeed. Only a testimony. This is a processing record from the Jade Mystery.
Seriously? Even the boss there couldn't do... In any case...
That's an unsubstantiated belief.
Well, your claim that my ore is fake is just as unsubstantiated.
Ugh. Looks like our first piece of evidence didn't convince him at all. Seems like he came prepared. What should we do next?
Hard evidence. Something legally binding. Oh, come on. I meant the backup. Oh, come on. I meant the back. Oh, come on. I meant the backup copy of the document from the. Oh, come on. I meant the backup. Oh, come on. I meant the back. Oh, come on. I meant the backup copy of the document from the minute. Oh, come on. I meant the backup copy.
This document.
Our second. You know.
Of course I'm right. All the evidence shown supports.
Well, hang on a moment now, because I do. Traveler, would you do the honors?
What?
Smaragdus Jadeite sustained Mr. Crossell.
I had no.
No idea, you say. I'm afraid that. However, Don't worry, Mr. Crossell. I trust that you'll give them.
What? Wait!
Oh, so you knew? Oh.
Huh? No.
Aren't actually in. You do, Mr. Crossell. Your answer, please. My client.
I.
Can't be seriously intimidated.
I admit it. I confess. The ore I had inlaid on those hairpins was Smaragdus nephrite. But I'm a victim in all of this, too. I invested a great deal of time and money into acquiring that small amount of Smaragdus jadeite, in the hopes of... But after receiving it and carrying it around for a few days, I started to feel... I went to Boo Boo Farm. That's why I had another... I kept the real Smaragd. I was worried that someone would see...
Exactly!
I didn't... If word got out that I sold a...
All right, let's cut the appeals phase right there.
10 times.
Crossell looks like he could faint any second.
As for me, according to my...
20%? That's as much as I spent on that Smaragdus jadeite.
There's no need. It's fine. You don't have to pay me that much more. Even if the Smaragdus jadeite on those hairpins was fake,
Ms. Jichao...
However, Mr. Crossell, since you have no use for that chunk of Smaragdus jadeite...
What? But all right, then.
Miss Yunfei, I'll turn the Smaragdus jadeite over to you.
Well, that's not quite how the rules say this should go.
Thanks so much for your help this time, Miss Yunfei. When you have the time...
Oh, come on. Well then, that's good. Mr. Crossell, it seems that my client has no further claims against you.
Is that so?
Actually, Mr. Crossell, I'd like to talk business for a second, if I may. I could see from the hairpins if we could join forces, your jewelry designs and our choice ores, I think we could do some fine business between us.
Let me think.
Well, that's that. And we've got the Smaragdus jadeite.
Exactly. Even though the solution didn't involve...
The right solution depends on the objective of my client, Mr. Adeptus. Speaking of, Liyue Harbor is now a city ruled by the title of Adeptus. In any case, don't you think that the Liyue...
Paimon can think of someone who would...
Well, since we got what we came for... Adventure time!
This is a peaceful neighborhood.
Ah, you've returned. How did it go? Were you able to find the Smaragdus jadeite? Good.
Well, if we're...
Oh, you.
I'm off then. Bye! Oh, yes, Traveler. Make sure you... I've been looking into...
Come now, child.
I'm leaving! I'm leaving!
That child. Goodness knows where she learned to be so rambunctious. Yanfei might be overly garrulous. Liyue is not the same place I once knew. All right, then. Let us speak of this no more. Back on topic. I believe that I still owe you a little gift.
Ooh, Paimon's so excited! How is it made?
It is but a single teapot. It shan't take long at all. Just wait here for a moment. There we go. This serenity pot is all yours now. Hold it firmly. If you were to drop it, oh goodness, who knows what might happen. Take these blueprints with you as well. You'll need them if you wish to make your teapot a little more lively inside.
Wait a minute, Granny! How exactly are we supposed to use—
Oh, you needn't worry about that. I've already arranged for a certain little helper to await you within this teapot. She will explain everything.
Neighborhood.
Wow! This teapot seems even bigger inside than Madame Ping's! But there's just a whole lot— Paimon can't do that! Well, you're the one with the sword— Still, why is it so empty here apart from that house? Oh, wait a second. What is that?
Well, it seems that we have a
It's a huge finch!
Excuse me, I am not, hang on. Oh, call me.
So you're the—
Madam Pink. You may leave all— Your journey may be far from over. But at least this way, you will not want for a comfortable place to sleep each night. Though it is the Adepti who create, thus, you may consider now allow. Have you any blueprints on you? Specifically, blueprints with beautiful rooms. As long as you have a blueprint, you can refashion this realm however you please.
Blueprints?
Yes, these are the— Just commit the— Then simply release the thought from your mind and the object in the blue—
Wow! Is that all it takes? Then we could build a whole
I doubt it. A golden— He said, this world is not—
A golden idol—
I hardly remember myself. Well, let's not dwell on— If there's anything—
Let's light it up! Off we go! Off we go!
I choose.
Traveler, please, over here. It has been a while since you joined the Adventurers Guild. Are your adventures going... is that another person to count on is always good?
Yep, and it's even harder to get a guide as good.
Ah, yes. Let me consult our...
Wand. Wait, do you mean, does that stranger's face look anything like his?
Like the honorary knights? No, they couldn't look more different. This stranger is a very tall man.
Seriously? How does this have anything to do with
That stranger nonetheless. You can look for... After all, it is not and should the stranger be a strong adventurer indeed, you would please don't talk down on yourself like that. Your deeds are the stuff of song for all the bards. Well, as to further news about him, you may want to ask Mr. Lawrence. He stands guard at this. I wish you every Ad Astra Abyssosque. Ad Astra. Ad Astra Abyss. Benny's adventure team, assemble! Oh. 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 Or not. Get out of here! Out of the way! Parting? Did something terrible happen again?
Truly is fascinating. And pick up some new pieces from Joseph's blacksmith.
Out of the way!
So, I must know the topic, even minding my own.
Uh-oh. If so...
It's the
Huh? Did the bartender just say something?
You weren't even listening. Anyway, it is said that he appeared, but to be honest, I don't have much interest. I'm told that there have been a handful of sightings, but in the depths of night, no one can get a good look at him. Nevertheless, if you want to know more...
Dark night, but just wonder who it could...
Drink some more.
A touch of frost.
No, my sword. Let's light it up. I'm going in. Ring cutter.
From whence you came, forth my blade.
Benny's Adventure
A touch of frost.
Teamwork is dreamwork.
Submit for judgment.
Let's light it up.
One with my blade.
Everybody stand back.
Spirit blade.
Let me weave you a verse. Off we go.
Swift and merciful.
Going in. Rain outlines your fate. Ring cutter.
Submit for judgment. One with my blade.
Teamwork is dreamwork. Let's light it up! Off we go! Yeah! Yeah! How can I help you? Adventure time!
Honorary knight is something. Stranger with an eye patch. Let me think. Oh yeah, I remember seeing some. He was wandering all over I lost him pretty quick as long as Master G.
That might be true, but if it were up to G...
That is true. But on the other hand... anyways... Oh yeah, he was at Wagner's smithy for a while before I tried tailing him. You should go ask him. Maybe he has more news about our stranger.
What? You need something? Here. Can't say I've heard of any of the materials he mentioned, though. He then had a look at the weapons in my shop before. If the knights or the...
He chose... Anyway...
Come in, take a seat. We have a few specials today.
What will it be? Grape juice or apple cider?
Hey, Charles!
That I have. He even sometimes mixes his own drinks after he orders them. I don't know anything else about him, but from his selections and mixes, I'd say that he's quite the connoisseur.
And what's Master...
Why, I just gave it to you.
Investigating everything as always.
If you're looking for that gem, there's too many raucous patrons.
Close friend. Dandelion wine. Can't give up.
Ah, welcome.
He's really here? Let's go downstairs and...
Get out of here!
Even if you are a close friend,
What would you like?
Wow, he's got no intention of paying us any mind, huh?
A traveler, you say? Why are you traveling? Well, that's as...
So...
That little one, but...
That's not true!
It's indeed a... My name's Dainsleif. I suppose you have some business with me? Sure,
And he was so cold just a moment.
but I will require advance payment. 500 mora, and the 500 is a one-time fee. That's it.
Well, now Paimon's got a really bad feeling.
Ah, thank you. Now, as for my questions, the answer to I only wish to know what your choices are. You need only answer. Question 1. The crisis Mondstadt faced was resolved by an alliance. I know everything that I should. Well, is that your answer? Question Rex Lappet. Who do you think will defend Liyue Harbor in the future, now that they've lost their deity? So that's your answer. Now from this world, which of the two do you think hold more importance? So, this is your... It seems that you're different from her. I'll take that That said, like you, I am currently on a journey. Ugh. I have come to
An abyss.
an even more twisted abyssal being. One that commands the abyss.
Oh, that's right. We haven't encountered the non-human abyss order at all.
There's some It's possible.
Oh, that does sound pretty dangerous. Maybe they're looking for a better time to... Uh-huh. We're...
That manner. It's just like her. Well then, let's go let's meet up at the temple.
even if you are a close friend,
Let's light it up!
This abandoned temple does bear some mark. The Falcon of the West. Though it can soar in the... The scent of the abyss is getting stronger. It's not far now.
Paimon wonders what the abyss girls look like. Do they look something like the abyss mages?
Let's head further in first. If we do see that creature, that'll spare me the explanation either way.
Let's light it up! No, my sword! Time to act. I'm going in!
Forth, my blade! Spirit blade!
Off we go! Witness the power of Gugwa!
A touch of frost!
Teamwork is dreamwork! Get out of here! Adventure time! Off we go! Adventure time! Take cover!
Swift and merciful!
Rain outlines your fate.
Yeah!
Let's light it up!
Look at you!
Everybody stand back!
Just a few abyss mages? Seems like that herald might have already left. The abyss. It is chaos, that. And the creatures of the abyss.
You seem to know a lot about the...
I suppose that's as judging by the traces I'm following. Perhaps we may find out.
Off we go! Let's light it up! Off we go!
Forth, my blade!
Off we go!
That stretch feels good. I wasn't waiting for you. I just happened to be resting. Lizardtail, Pepper, Starconch. What else do I need to create the most dreadfully disgusting cocktail? That stretch feels good. Well, we're in Wolfendom now. Think Dane's waiting for us up ahead? We should meet up with him quick, in case the wolves decide they don't like him.
Lord of Wolvendom, great Wolf King of the North. Sharp of fang and keen of claw, and yet dwelling here only. No, I only know these things because a previous traveling companion of mine once wanted to hear its story. All right, let's go see if that Abyss Herald has stopped by here.
But where do we begin? Are you standing here because of these strange bonfires, Dane?
Indeed. See that? Floating above the flames? It's an abyssal spell. Knowing what I do of the Order's habits, they've probably left similar marks behind elsewhere. Let's have a look nearby.
Do you think that those monsters by the bonfire are under the Abyss Order's control? Looks kinda scary. Let's beat them up first.
Let's light it up! Why do they never miss? Let's light it up!
One with my blade.
Let's light it up! Everybody stand!
Ooh, that's that! Looks like this bonfire's also got something to do with the Abyss.
Off we go!
Looks like the Abyss really has been around. Yikes! Where did these monsters pop out from? Let's clear them out, and quick!
From whence you came!
Let's light it up! Off we go!
Have you finished searching? I searched around these, but they were left behind by... It seems that even an Abyss Herald would not wish... We should leave as well. If there's anything praiseworthy about that old wolf, it's his...
But now we're out of leads. Are we going to have to give up?
No. Let's get a move on then. I've heard about what, but I suppose... In fact, the first time I lay...
Huh? But Paimon remember...
Don't think too much about it. Do you remember the light actuators that once... If the Abyss Order is... Let's go see what this...
Look! There are lots of monsters gathered over there.
Get out of here!
Seriously!
Teamwork is dreamwork! Off we go! Yeah!
Forth, my blade!
Diana Special!
Let's light it up! Out of the way! Get out of here! Out of the way! Get out of here! I'm going in!
A touch of frost! Submit for just...
Let's light it up!
Oh, so in the end, we still couldn't find that Abyss Herald. Bummer.
I wouldn't call not having to gaze upon such a creature a shame.
No.
How good it would be if all peril... Once upon a time, yes.
Where are they now?
She... no longer travels. I'm afraid that...
Oh.
I still have some things left unfinished. Once they are done, I too will return home.
Yep! And it's good to have a home to come back to, isn't it? We camp out a lot when we travel. Hey! Mondstadt's fishermen... either way, we should settle down in a place where there's good...
Home. Well, it won't be too late to think about where you stay once your journey reaches its end. While you're still traveling, you should...
Huh? What's familiar?
A familiar feeling, you say? It could be someone you know well. Whichever it is, we should see it for ourselves, and thus see clearly. We can reach the top of that cliff from over there.
Oh, damn! Moves really fast, doesn't he? Let's use that wind current nearby to catch up.
Can you still sense that familiar feeling that you spoke of earlier?
But it doesn't feel like there's anything around here. No monsters, no people.
Indeed. There doesn't seem to be anything strange about this place. It doesn't look any different from the last time I was here. My traveling companion brought me here on our previous journey.
So, Dane?
Me? I merely followed my traveling companion around on that journey. Huh? A ruin guard's footprint. A ruin guard was wandering around here? No peace to be found, even for a single dandelion.
What's gotten into you? You were just spacing out. Huh? You mean your sister? But how could that be? You only touched that dandelion for a second.
Perhaps that dandelion bears some sort of scent that only you recognize. As for why, has it perhaps experienced something related to you?
You're saying some real confusing stuff.
Do not rush. Vexation and anxiety are the enemy of rational thought. Your journey has only just begun, has it not? At least you now know that she is still on this world. At this time, the most important thing is the journey to find her itself. Yes, and this is something you must keep in mind as the meaning behind your journey. May you find your kin at the end of that journey. Well then, let us part ways here for now.
Huh? You're leaving? Already?
Only for now. Don't worry, we will meet again. After all, I did take 500 mora and those 3 answers you gave me.
Oh, ow! Where did that come from? Benny's adventure team, assemble! Oh. 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 Get out of here! Out of the way!
Let's move this.
Everybody stand back!
I stay right here.
From whence you came!
I guess.
Let's go, let's go!
No, my sword! Let's light it up!
Hurry up!
Let's light it up!
This through.
Going in!
One with my blade.
Adventure time!
Forth, my blade. Fearing blade. Attack!
Time to act. Yeah! Off we go! Let's light it up! No, my sword! Everybody stand back! Adventure time!
Oh, yes! Yes! They have the audacity to go after the Seven. Still. Oh, Traveler, it's you.
Huh? Ganyu, what are you doing here with Lan? Do you have a commission you need to post?
Hello. We were just discussing the treasure.
Yes.
But we recently...
Two big-time
Yes.
Oh, Raptor!
You are correct. Some say that the...
Anyway, despite how dangerous, they have already divided...
To this end, Big Sis and Raptor have...
Grand Thief?
Ah, indeed. He is an extraordinary individual. The Grand Thief is highly respected in the treasure hoarders, in the same way that... Ah, so you're familiar. So...
With the major change, but anything related... So I decided to come to the adventurer...
Leave this commission to us!
Oh.
Good to see this and that.
From whence you came!
Ring cutter! Huh? Huh. Yeah. Huh.
A touch of frost!
Teamwork is dreamwork!
There are signs of treasure hoarder activity here. They must have come to these ruins. Let's go deeper inside. Paimon sure hopes Ganyu's information is reliable. There aren't many guards here. Looks like their plan to draw away the Abyss Order's forces really worked.
We go!
More signs that a treasure hoarder was here! This should be the right direction. But why does it feel stranger and stranger as we make it deeper into these ruins? Be careful now! Paimon's right behind you! This looks... Could it be the Grand Thief? Why is he in that position? Is he... That's... Why is the statue of the Seven hanging up... And the statue's hands... Paimon remembers they're normally holding an orb, right? But this statue is holding... Paimon and the Grand... Hello? Paimon doesn't feel so good. Let's get out of here. Now what? We can't stay here! Quick, run!
Adventure time!
You have come as a
An Abyss Herald?
Dane. Dainsleif. Did he send you here to die? His resistance against the Abyss has gone nowhere for a long time. The Abyss is unstoppable.
What is this power? I've never seen it before! Careful! Please don't get cocky!
Submit for judgment.
Let's light it up! I'm going in! Let me leave you a
This power. I see. In that case, I shall stay here.
What a tough battle! Are you such a strong enemy? Who knew the... Huh? What is it? Oh, right, yeah! We're near the...
So, we meet again. A little sooner than I had expected.
Hey, it's Dane!
Judging by your expression, it seems you just... Could it be that you...
Huh? How did you know that?
I've been on the Abyss Herald's trail. I didn't expect to find you here. An inverted statue of the Seven, holding abyssal power in its hands. Tell me the rest of what happened in there. So you escaped...
And then, as we got close to the exit, an Abyss Herald suddenly... We fought a big battle with...
Yes, this is a rare opportunity.
Let's go!
Adventure time!
Hello!
Add Astra. There will definitely be something that catches your eye. Oh, ow! Where did that come from? Benny's Adventure Team, assemble! Or not. Adventure time! Teamwork is dreamwork!
Spirit Blade! Attack!
Can't handle your drink. Pew pew.
Off we go! Let's light it up! Everybody stand back! Let's light it up! Adventure time!
Shoot! One with my blade! Submit for judgment!
Let's light it up! I'm going in!
A touch of frost!
Everybody stand back! Ring cutter! Let's light it up!
I cannot underestimate my enemy.
Adventure time! Off we go! Let's light it up! Benny's adventure team, assemble! not. Good things come to those who don't wait around. That's what they say anyway. Knowing my luck, the opposite is probably true for me. Oh, ow! Where did that come from? Benny's Adventure Team, assemble! Oh. 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 Or not. Oh, ow! Where did that come from? Benny's Adventure Team, assemble! Oh. 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 Or not. Oh, ow! Where did that come from? Let's go find some treasure. Oh, ow! Where did that come from?